everybody? We're back in here once again for another episode of Weekly Win Streak. It's your boy TP3 Bets. I'm joined as always by none other than the man himself. What up, bro? How are we doing today, man? You have a good weekend?
Yeah, we're chilling. We had a good weekend. We're ready for another week. Ready to attack. Ready for a hot streak, shall we say? Because it's freezing and it's snowing. It's literally 13 degrees Fahrenheit outside as we speak in Cleveland, Ohio. How are you in Atlanta, in the A?
Man, just hanging out, chilling, getting ready for sports tonight. And yeah, dude, it's supposed to snow here this weekend, actually, believe it or not. It's supposed to snow here and in Texas, and snowed hard here in a long time. So, dude, I actually didn't even realize this. They're playing those college football playoff games on Thursday and Friday. So I'm just absolutely hyped up, man. This is a great time for sports. And yeah, bro, just trying to get some money today. How did everything go for you on a Saturday with college basketball? Good
with college basketball. Outside of that, not good. Sunday, not good at all. How about you though? I know I saw. I think you torched both days. No.
Basically went even yesterday on a Saturday though. You know, we had a decent day. Kind of got fucked over on two player props. Both games were just kind of blowouts. So both guys fell like a point short on both player props. But, you know, we did get lucky on Jerry Jeudy coming through with us on the last drive. I think he needed like 30 yards and he got like 38 yards on the final drive of the game. So definitely got a little lucky with that. But, you know, as many bad beats as we had, we'll take the good ones as they come. And then Pittsburgh, man. Pittsburgh through the back door with that field goal at the end of the game. I knew that that Cincinnati wasn't going to cover that shit. So, were you on Cincinnati?
No, I was not. But I just that whole game. From the very beginning, I wanted to live bet Cincy, and I was just like in between the money line and the spread. Then I was in between just not betting it at all and the money line. And then I'm really happy that I didn't because. Even though Steelers, they didn't end up winning, they lost by 2, right?
Yeah.
They're one play away. I felt like that whole game from coming back and actually winning. So, I mean, hell of a fucking comeback for you, Squealers. I fucking hate you. But I kind of like that it's Baltimore-Pittsburgh rematch in I guess it's not the wild card, but it is kind of the wild card round.
Yeah, no, it is a wild card round. Yeah, no, it's going to be a good-ass game. I mean, I think Pittsburgh's definitely live to cover all of it. Then again, Pittsburgh's looked abysmal to finish out the season here, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. I haven't capped any of these games at all. I will say one thing, dude. Sam Darnold looked absolutely fucking cooked last night. Like, he looked awful. He was I know they were bringing the blitz, but, like, dude, he had receivers running wide open and was missing them.
Yeah, I think off the top of my head, I can't remember his name, but the defensive coordinator for the Lions.
Aaron Glenn.
Dude, hats off to him. Hats off. What a performance. Listen, when you hit the quarterback 6 times in his first 3 drives, that's 2 drop back hits per drive. You're sending a clear message. We're here to fuck you up. And, like, you could just tell he was so uncomfortable back there. You've seen Ghost. He had wide open receivers, couldn't hit him. Wide open. And if you guys follow me on TikTok, I told you, you can put a Mercedes-Benz emblem on a Honda Accord. It will still be a Honda Accord. And that's all Sam Darnold is. He's still the same guy from the New York Jets. I love him. He seems like a good guy, but can't play quarterback.
I'm 100% with you on that. Shout out Sharp Dimes in the chat right now. What up, Sharp Dimes? We hope you're doing well, brother. Anyway, though, I mean, dude, I just can't consciously put my head around making Sam Darnold my full-time starting quarterback. I know it's tough. I mean, he did just go 14-3, which is a damn good season, but I just can't consciously do it. Other than that, you know, I got to address the elephant in the room. The Falcons are a fucking cursed franchise, man. There's no other way to say it. We are a cursed franchise. I mean, honestly, losing that game actually was the best thing that could have happened because now we get a better draft pick at least. But, I mean, bro, just watching Tampa Bay come back and beat the Saints and the Falcons lose just in the matter of like 5 minutes of real time was just the most Falcons thing I've ever seen in my entire life. And you know what? At least Tampa Bay won because I would have absolutely been sick to my stomach. I honestly don't think I would have watched another NFL game the rest of the day if the Falcons had lost and so had Tampa Bay. Like, I don't think I could stomach that happening. So thank God the season's over, man. And honestly, I'll never again predict the Falcons to do anything positive on a season ever again. I'm going reverse jinx for the rest of my life with this team. Dude, it is, I mean, it's just so frustrating, bro, being a fan of this team. Like we haven't been good for 7 years. 7 years since we've been to the playoffs last. I mean, it feels like it's been forever at this point.
Yeah, man, I feel for you. I really do. And if there's anybody that knows how you feel, it's me. Legitimately, man. There's not many teams that are worse. The Browns are right there. And news came out today that Deshaun Watson's Achilles surgery, there were tons of complications, tons of swelling around the back of the ankle still now. And he might have to get another surgery, which means this year would be void. Like, it will not count. He'll just have to sit on a roster. Won't count against us. He won't get paid. That'll be it. Boom. It just void. It'll just sit another year. We're fucked. The Browns are fucked. I don't really know how that works, but I was reading that if he doesn't come off the cannot perform list, we can't do anything with him, and it doesn't burn a year off his contract.
It doesn't burn a year off his contract?
Dude, from what I was reading, it doesn't burn a year off our obligation to him. We restructured his contract where we owe him money. Like, we'd have to pay him that money. We either have to pay him that money anyways, all of it, for him to never play again, or eat the contract and it will just stay another year. I don't know. I was reading from some local insider that, like I said, if he doesn't come in the building, there was some other player this happened to. I want to say it was Chase Plummer or some shit. He got hurt, did something with his elbow, and he literally stayed away from the team, and it didn't. That year just was voided, and his contract just kept going the next year. I don't fucking know. If that happens, I might just end it. And we trade Myles Garrett. We're talking about trading.
I mean, hey, man, trading Myles Garrett could be the centerpiece you need to get the franchise going. But anyway, guys, we're going to have a lot more coming for y'all for football this week, whether it's in college football or in the NFL. But we got games to break down tonight. We got bets to lock in. We're ready to cash tonight. Bro, you want to take us to college basketball and give us our first play of the stream?
For sure.
By the way, no college basketball for me today. I've looked at the slate tomorrow. There's definitely some games I like on tomorrow's slate in college basketball.
Hell yeah. Today is weird. There's not a lot of great games. There's really only like 3 or 4 games that are not like mid-major teams. That said, there's one game that I really, really like that I feel like I have a really, really good grip around. But like, Wisconsin money line today against Rutgers is my favorite college hoops play of the day. I think like the public narrative around Rutgers and how much attention they're getting, it is creating like fake value. It's like the Colorado Buffaloes in college football. Okay, Rutgers has 2 like studs. Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, going to be top 10 draft picks next year without question, like unequivocally, no, maybe even top 5, both of them. And people are like enamored with that. Yes, Harper averages 22 and Bailey averages 20, but like Rutgers doesn't have another player that's scoring more than 9 points a game. The next leading scorer scores 8 points a game. Harper's sick, so he may not play. Basketball's a 5-team. It's a 5-man sport. You got to have 5 players working together. 2 good players is not going to beat 5. 2 really, really good players is not going to beat 5 good players. Wisconsin has 4 players that average double digits. They're led by senior guard Gian Tanji, who's averaging 18.7 points per game. And when it comes down to this, Wisconsin's just way better on both sides of the ball. 9th in adjusted offensive efficiency. They're the number 1 free throw shooting team in the country. They're 53rd in 3-point percentage. When you look at Rutgers, They're outside the top 120 in both 2-point and 3-point percentage, and they shoot 69.8% from the free throw line. Wisconsin shoots 85% from the free throw line. This line's set at 1.5. Free throws could literally be the difference right there. Forget all the other shit I said. Rutgers sucks at free throws. Wisconsin doesn't. We're taking Wisconsin money line even though they're on the road.
Yeah, I have no opinions on that game. I've watched Rutgers play a couple times. It feels like they have, like you said, they got the big names, but they don't exactly perform on the court so far. The only game I looked at and considered betting at all today in college basketball was Houston first half. Houston's an absolute wagon at home in the first halves of games. Right now, they're outscoring teams by an average margin of 16.2 points per game in the first half. I looked at TCU. I believe they've been outscored by like 2.3 points on the road in the first half. So pretty interesting spot there for them. I think it's 11.5 now. That's a little hefty for my liking, but I could only rock with Houston in that game. Any thoughts on any of the other college basketball games from you?
No, I mean, I really like I like where your head's at in the Houston game. I don't know what's up with DraftKings. They no longer are offering full points, and they are no longer offering first halves on college basketball. I can't do halves. I can't do Houston's minus 18.5. They offered 17.5 or 19.5. There's no 18 anymore. There's no 19. They're done pushing. I don't know where it came from, but I like to play, though. I really like to play. TCU is dog shit. Houston is like top tier filet mignon defense.
Yeah, no. The TCU's offense is so bad, Houston will cut their head off, basically.
Facts.
Let's keep it moving, though. Let's go over to the NBA now. Guys, there's not a ton of games today, so this is going to be a shorter stream. Plus, we have a little meeting coming up here soon. Anyway, next game up here on the slate, we're going to go over to the NBA. Barbara and I both have plays here. I'll start us out here. I'll give the first play. We're going to go to the Bulls versus the Spurs. First of all, the last 5 games, the whole season long, not only do the Bulls have one of the fastest paces in the entire league, top 5, but they're also a bottom 5 defense here. It makes it the perfect spot to go against them. Also, too, big men destroy them. Look at Karl Anthony Towns, 46 against them both times this season. Victor Wembanyama has been going off in his last few games. His points, rebounds, and assists tonight is set at 43.5. The Bulls have a bottom 8 defense against big men. I think Wembanyama is going to absolutely destroy them tonight. Vucevic is not going to be able to pop out and handle him. I think Wemby, honestly, will score 35 and get 10 rebounds. So I think he'll do it alone off points and rebounds, but the assists are just the icing on the cake here. And he could even just do it with points alone. I think Wemby's liable to go off here. You got a total at 236. Anytime you want to bet a player prop over with a total that high, send it, baby. Give me Wemby to go over.
Yeah, I love that. And guys, we'll talk at the end of the show. You'll see just how much I love that. But really, really great play. That was a player prop. Do you have a lean in the side in that game? I was thinking Spurs heavy, but then I looked. The Bulls have been fucking solid, especially at home, playing teams close. Like fuck, I couldn't pick a side, so I just stayed off of it. I wanted to take the Spurs, but I don't know if that's a sharp side.
Let's take a look here at a couple ATS trends. Let's see here. As a home underdog, Chicago is 6-7. That's nothing there. Let's see here. As an away favorite this season, San Antonio is 3-1 against the spread by 6.6 points per game. That's pretty solid. I don't know. Honestly, when I looked into the other recent form numbers, I would kind of lean towards Chicago to cover as a home dog. I don't know if the Spurs have the wings to keep up with them here, but I mean, I'm not like, dude, the Bulls bombed out the Knicks the other night. I don't know. It's a pretty sharp line in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I would lean towards taking the Bulls on the money line though if I played anything sidewise in that game.
Yeah, 2 or 3 points at that point. It's like, fuck it. Give me the money line. Fuck it. All right. I just wanted to pick your brain there. I have one side, one prop. I'm going to leave the prop on the VIP. Do you have another NBA play?
Yeah, I got another one I can give out.
All right, cool. Well, I watch. I just wanted to make sure that you were the finale, and then I get the parlay because you're the savant. You're the savant. We got to make sure we're doing this right here. Tiramisu is not a tiramisu without that top layer of beautiful frosting. Yes, but anyways, guys, this is it's not going to be fun. But I looked at this the first time and I said, dude, there's got to be something better on the board. And then I came back to it and I was like, holy fuck, no, this is solid. This is solid. Trust yourself. We're going Pistons -6.5. I know. I know. But listen, Portland, they're out Jeremy Grant. They're out Thibault. They're 4-14 on the road this year. They've only covered on the spread 7 of those games. Detroit's full strength outside of Ivy. Obviously, he had the leg fracture. He's going to be out for the year. You never want to see anyone get hurt. And I don't want this to sound like I'm rooting for somebody to get hurt. But, like, I feel like there's a bit of a power struggle. And I dealt with this when I was playing. And I had a sophomore, when I was in my senior year, I had this sophomore that was fucking good. He was good. And he was taking my shots. He was taking the ball. He's ISOing. I'm like, motherfucker, move the ball. And I feel like a little bit of Ivy Cunningham that was going on there. Cade Cunningham now has to show he can be the primary cog of the offense. He can be where the offense facilitates off of. And I think that's just better for him, okay? Also, Pistons are the better rebounding team. They have the best player on the floor. And I like DeAndre Ayton is soft. I love that you have Duren down there to be able to body him. If you get Ayton in foul trouble, Portland has nobody down low. And this is going to get away from them. Portland is a terrible team. They're even worse on the road. JB Bickerstaff he did the same thing in Cleveland. He's not going to win you a championship, but he's going to turn your team around. And he's going to build a winning culture there. Give me the Pistons. Give me the Pistons -6.5.
I like where your head's at. I actually liked Cade Cunningham to go over his PRA number at 42.5, but I just looked at his numbers. So typically in games where they're underdogs, he's lined at 38 or 39. In games they're favored, he's lined at 42.5. And I don't know. I just thought it was a really hefty number, honestly. And I could see Portland's games are really weird. They're either like a shootout or they're like low scoring. So I could see them maybe try to drag this game into the mud a little bit. But Cade Cunningham's going to dominate them. He's quietly emerging right now as like a young and upcoming star and as an all-star right now in the NBA. Obviously, he's not getting any talk because he plays for the freaking Pistons. But Cade Cunningham is that dog, and they have nobody to check him whatsoever in this game. I wouldn't be shocked if he goes off here. I just didn't love the number. Like, it opened at 39.5 and immediately got steamed up to 42.5. If I could have jumped in at 40 or 40.5, I probably would have played it up to that number at 41.5 and maybe, but it's gone too far in my opinion. So,
yeah, I agree. Same thing with his points, dude. I can't remember what it opened at, but by the time I was done capping, it had already gotten steamed like 1.5, and I think it's steamed all day.
Yeah, he's at 26.5 or 25.5 -130.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it really is. So, yeah, no, I think Cunningham, though, is going to have a big game there. So, I definitely like that one. Interesting game tonight in the NBA. You do anything with the 76ers in Suns game?
Everything in my body told me that I wanted to take Phoenix, but it also, that line just doesn't make any sense to me. I hate the Sixers. And I think I've lost bets truly just because I don't like them. And I have like this preset prejudice against them. I hate Joel Embiid. I don't like their play style. I just don't like that team in general. I like Kevin Durant as a scorer. He always plays well against the Suns. He plays well against premier teams that are going to be, that primetime matchup. If I had to lean anywhere, I'd lean Phoenix, but they are terrible. They're terrible on the road. They're on a losing streak. I think like a 4 or 5 game losing streak right now. I don't know, T. What do you got for me?
Yeah, so to be honest with you, I'm not going to touch this game. If Phoenix didn't bench Beal and Nurkic, I probably would take them here and shoot my shot. But also, too, Philly, in my opinion, is a bet-on team, and I don't think Phoenix really has anybody to check Embiid whatsoever. And so with all that being said, this game's a total stay away from me. think it's probably one of the hardest games on the slate to bet. It feels like whatever you take's going to lose, honestly. So I would still lean towards Philadelphia just because they're the home team here, and Philadelphia feels like they're a bet on trend up type team. And once they figure it out, I mean, they could have one of the best rosters in the league. So I'll lean Philly here, but nothing for me in that game. Would you have another play you want to give out in the NBA, or you want me to give out my last one?
I have a question for you about a game. I'll give out my parlay at the end. The other game that I had a question on was the Kings game. I really like the Kings minus the 3. I was hoping that the line was going to come down so I can snag them on the money line. And I was also waiting for the news about De'Aaron Fox. If he is playing, if he's not playing. I know he's got the hip thing.
He's out.
He's out?
Yeah. It's a glute. Also, Joel Embiid just got randomly ruled out with a foot. That guy doesn't play basketball. So anyway, dude, I capped this game a lot today. I think Sabonis might be able to put Bam in a headlock in this game and really go off, but his number's pretty inflated. Dude, I feel like you either got to look towards Keegan Murray or Malik Monk to have a big game in this game. But honestly, not really a game I'm interested in. The Kings have really struggled to figure out their identity and what they want to do. I've stayed off their games for the most part. I actually bet on Fox on Friday, and he went like 7 for 23 from the field and missed his prop by 2.5 points. So it makes sense he was hurt. But yeah, I honestly think it's a pretty tough game overall. But I think that like Keegan Murray or Malik Monk are going to pick up the scoring slack in this game.
Word. Yeah, to me, man, I just think the Heat are a dumpster fire. When your star player is saying, I don't want to be here, I can't be happy here. I mean, they got blown out by the Jazz by 30 points. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie, I have a Kings money line play in a parlay.
Okay.
So I wanted to get your insight on that. But I really think the Heat are in trouble. Let me hear your last NBA lock ski. We know it's gonna be grand.
Yeah, I'm going to go over 231.5 tonight in the Memphis Grizzlies versus the Dallas Mavericks. You look at these two teams right now. Dallas is an underdog this season, is 10-4 to the over by 6.6 points per game. Sacramento's the fourth best over team in the entire league. I think they're like 23-13 to the over this season by 5.5 points per game. And then you just look at the way these teams are playing right now. Memphis is first in pace, and they're second to last in defense right now. They're giving up. I mean, their games are basically averaging 240 points scored. I get it. There's no Luka. I get it. There's no Kyrie. I get it. There's no Morant here. But Memphis is still putting up tons of points on the road without these guys. Their offense is a light years better when they're at home. And also, too, Dallas still has Spencer Dinwiddie. They still got plenty of dogs over there that can ball. PJ Watt. And plus, too, Memphis is giving up like 14.3 points per game. They're 17.3 made threes per game right now. Dallas is going to shoot a ton of threes in this game. It means more running. I think Memphis scores 130 points on their own, and I think they'll win this game like 130 to 120. So give me the over. There's a reason why it's this high with all these guys out.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be up and down, run. And I actually have a prop that correlates with that for our parlay finale. We do have a call we got to jump on, guys, but I want to ask T one more question. We have Notre Dame, Penn State Thursday, Ohio State, and Texas Friday. In 30 seconds or less, give me your leans for each day.
Yeah, I like Penn State. Notre Dame's entire team's banged up. I mean, Georgia beat themselves. Notre Dame did not win that game, and I like Ohio State. Texas sucks, guys. Texas didn't play anybody, and Ohio State is going to absolutely curb stomp them. What do you think?
I like Notre Dame against Penn State. I'm not sold on a Penn State-Ohio State national championship. I think the committee is going to come in and try to make some calls. Marcus Freeman is America's – he's like the melting pot coach. What is he, like Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, black, white? He's all of it. I don't know what the fuck he is, but he's all of it, and that's great. But they really are like every time he's on the screen – they're talking just as much about his race as they are his successes. And I just think Notre Dame is America's team. They're the only team that's ever been successful as what do they call that?
Independent.
An independent, correct. So I think their defense is just going to be too much for Drew Aller. I've never been a Drew Aller fan. I think he's mid as fuck. I would take the under in that game, but I also like Notre Dame. And then Ohio State. Ohio State, baby. Max.
H.
Oh, yes, T. Yes. All right. So, guys, I wanted to give you a parlay as we get out of here. T hit the nail on the head with the first two. And then we hear that Embiid is out, which makes me love my third one even more. First play, Daniel Gafford, 15-plus points and rebounds.
I like it.
In high-paced games, he is playing really, really well. Right now, he's projected 8.4 points, rebounds via AI. Wemby, TP3 already gave it to us. He had him over 43.5. I just have 40-plus PRA. Okay? 40-plus PRA. He's projected 51. Okay? So I think he's going to have a big game. Kevin Durant, 25-plus points. Sniper. I think that should happen. And then we got Bobby Portis, 12-plus points. I think it's more or less self-explanatory. Toronto doesn't play any fucking defense. If this game, he's getting usage, and if this game is a blowout, he's going to be the one that's out on the court. Brook Lopez and Giannis are not going to, they're going to be the ones that are sitting first. So I'm not worried about him getting benched on some fucking bullshit. So that's the four legs. Gafford, 15-plus points, rebounds. Wemby, 40-plus PRA. KD, 25-plus. Bobby Portis, 12-plus. T, who sells?
Nobody. That's a lock.
Oh, shit. I was really expecting you to hate the Bobby Portis play, but that's all right.
No, I like that one. Toronto's defense is like abysmal, dude. They gave up 150 and 140 points last week in 2 games. So I got a prop in that game too. So yeah.
Oh shit. Shit. All right.
All right, boys. We appreciate everyone who stopped in here. We got to jump to this call, but let's get some fucking money tonight. Bro, any last words?
No. That's all I was gonna say. Let's get this money. We got an amazing weekend of sports. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is about as good as it gets. From college football to NFL, a lot of college hoops. Conference games are starting. That's the way.
NBA.
I like it. Oh, yeah, there's NBA too. TB3 loves the NBA.
I do. It's my favorite sport. But anyway. All right, boys. We